Welcome back to Productivity and Focused, Finding a Balanced Life. Today we're going to tackle a fundamental question that impacts everyone. Is time truly the most important factor in productivity? So welcome back and thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk more about productivity and focus and using tips and tricks to make our lives better in real life situations. We're undertaking the journey together and trying to make things better. So let's jump right in. We've all heard about time management being the key, but what is time management and what does that actually mean? And really, is it the ultimate factor? And do leave your thoughts and comments below to help others out. For me, it's definitely a critical part of the puzzle, but I wouldn't say it's the whole picture. Think about it this way. If you have all of the time and more time than there really is, could you be the most productive person ever? Or is it about being productive within that time you've got? Because the reality is, each day has 24 hours, yet some people seem to accomplish way more in that time than others. So how do you become productive within that? So let's look at some factors to becoming productive within time. So for me, there's three main ones that impact our productivity within time: energy management, focus and prioritization, and mindset and habits. So the first, energy management. We know our ability to focus and deliver has ups and downs throughout the day. And most of that links to our energy and our ability to do things. Scheduling demanding tasks when we've got energy is important because it will help get things done. Trying to do something when you're absolutely shattered and you can't concentrate is a recipe for unachieved tasks and being unproductive. Focus and prioritization, which is the second area, is stuff that we've already focused on before. And we know that not all tasks are created equal. There are really important ones. There are really critical ones. There are time pressured ones. Sometimes all three of those are the same thing. But we need to know what's important and prioritize those things to make sure we are tackling the things we need to get done to make sure we've delivered the outcomes. And then the third area is our mindset and habits. We've got our own self-belief or self-doubt in how productive and how we deliver things. Those routines can either drive us to being more productive or can lead us not to be productive and fighting against it. For example, if you think you can get something done, starting it will go in with that positive mindset to do it. And if you've got a way of getting started, it will lead to a positive outcome. If you don't think you can do something, or you don't want to do something, and you don't believe that you're doing it at the right time of the day, that's not going to be a good way to go. So if you like that breakdown, that time isn't the only thing that's most important. How do we use that time and how can we be more effective in that time? So for me, there's 4 actionable tips that hopefully you can take away. Now, 3 of them are quite simple, and the 4th, which we'll come on to, is probably the most important thing. So firstly, identify your own energy rhythms. I'm a morning person. I know I can be most productive first thing in the morning when I get on, when I crack on with things. First thing I do is I write my to-do list and I'm prioritizing the things I need to do in the day. I can often have done 3 or 4 things on that list before I need to look back to that list then, because that's my most productive time. I know I can also be quite productive when I'm trying to get to the end of the day and close things off, but I can't do a major piece of work at that time. So find your own energy rhythms, work out when you can do things and how you can do things based on how it works for you. The second thing is planning and batching similar tasks. Now, for me, this is really important because this replaces multitasking, which I don't think people can do. Multitasking is where we say we can do several things at the same time. I really, really struggle with multitasking. I can distract myself during a task by listening to something, but I can't actively listen to an audiobook and undertake work and at the same time. Those things distract from me. So for me, I like to batch tasks and get things done. So if I need to organize some journeys and some trips and details, I'll do them all in one go because I get into a mindset and a way of working that can really deliver several outcomes at the same time. I'm not going to plan one trip at 9 o'clock and then another at 11 and another at 3 o'clock. Do them all in one go, get them done. That makes me really work well. For me, that's batching of similar tasks. The third area, which is really important, particularly nowadays with hybrid working or working from home environments, is taking breaks and recharging. You cannot become extremely productive within your time if all you do is work. If you work for 5 hours straight, you find the last 2 hours of that, you need to redo some of the work over it. Take breaks, stand up, walk around, get fresh air, do something else. Have a drink, make sure you hydrate is massively important, but take those breaks and recharge, particularly if you're a person that gets energy when you start something new. Take the break beforehand, get ready to go straight in without anything else distracting you. You'll be very productive. Then the fourth area, and a really important one, and of all the things I say today, for me, this is the one that I want you to take the most out of, is embrace the power of saying no. And what do I mean when I say no in relation to time? Time is limited. When we don't have time to do things, we say no. But often we say no with a yes. No, I don't have time to do that today. I'll do it tomorrow. If you're being really productive and effective within your time, no today is no tomorrow. So feel okay to say no. Don't be afraid to decline requests that don't meet your priorities and what you're trying to do, or will drain you from energy. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to say yes, you need to say no to something else. You cannot make more time. No one has hour 25 and hour 26 of the day. So therefore, you've got to work effectively within the time to create more time for you. You cannot just keep overloading things. So hopefully there are really helpful tips that can find a key balance between time management and other factors which influence from time. For me, maximizing productivity is not about getting more done within the time. It's about getting the time used wisely. Cramming 20 tasks into a day isn't more productive. Doing 10 tasks really well on time is productive. It's about how you use your time. And importantly, that's a balance thing. In our lives, we will have masses of things that we want to get done throughout that 24 hours, and some of that will be sleeping. Creating time by being effective within our time will mean we can do more of what we want to do to create that balance. The more balance we will have, the more productive and focused we will be when we're doing work tasks or tasks that need to be done rather than necessarily the ones we want to do. So hopefully that's been really useful for you. Remember, productivity is a journey. It's not a destination. There'll be ups and downs. You'll try things. They'll work. Do them again. You'll try things. They don't work. Tweak them. Don't try them again. Learn from it. Move on. Keep going. Share your comments. Share your tips with everyone else. And we'll see you soon as we go through more productivity tips.